And we are back. Welcome to Mexico. I have just crossed this border. I am in Tecate. So I was just in southern San Diego County, crossed over into Mexico. I'm in the city of Tecate, known, of course, for Tecate beer. And that's what makes this place famous. It's in the mountains. It's a very beautiful place, very colder than the rest of Southern California, but I'm excited to get on this adventure here and show you what is going on, what you can do in Tecate, and all of the good food and beer and everything we're about to try. So, we can see as we're coming in, we've got this sign here that says Tecate. And so welcome. Come with me on this adventure here through this beautiful pueblo in northern Mexico, Baja California. So what is this Heineken doing behind me here? Well, Tecate is actually owned by the group that owns Heineken and many other beer brands, but it was originally started in this town in Mexico, and only recently did they actually sell to that larger brewer. And so we're here in the center of the town. We've got the Central Park right in front of me there, and I'm going to be going to the brewery where they give you a free Tecate, and that's one of the attractions and things to do here. And we'll see if we can tour the factory. I've heard that it is closed, but we'll go and check it out. I heard they just make the beer there and they don't actually let you go on the tour, but we'll see what we can do. And so we are in front of the brewery now. This is the Tecate Brewery here in Tecate, Mexico. They also, they're owned by a large group that makes other beers as well. They make Sol, they make Dos Equis, and that is owned by the Holland-based group, the Netherlands-based group that owns Heineken, as well as a number of other beers. And so there's actually some controversy around whether this Tecate brew is truly Mexican and is truly brewed here in Mexico. There was actually a lawsuit during the pandemic alleging that this beer was brewed in Holland, the Tecate beer, and sold as Mexican lager. And while I don't know the results of that, there might have been some truth during the pandemic where they brewed the beer, because beer production was shut down in Mexico during that period. They do brew Tecate, that's where it comes from, this location here, and then that is imported into the United States just across the border where we were at earlier. And so you can see this here, and here is the little place that we're going to be going into, the beer garden that's attached to the brewery that gives you a free Tecate. Hola, ¿estás abierto?
Ya.
Ok, una sí. Ok, gracias. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo funciona? ¿Puedo?
Tenemos una cortesía diaria nosotros.
Okay.
Tenemos ahorita 2X Lager y 2X.
¿Puedo
¿Escoger?
pedir lo que lo quiero?
Sí, pero 2 cervezas.
¿Dos cervezas?
Ajá, 2X Lager y carta blanca.
¿Puedo probar? Oh, solo los dos cervezas.
2X.
No hay Tecate. Hoy
no tenemos por ahora.
¿Cuál es mejor?
Pues las dos son cervezas claras, la verdad. Las dos son cervezas claras, las dos están muy buenas.
Ok, voy a... Sí.
¿Por qué?
Voy a probar una carta blanca, por favor. Sí. So they don't have Tecate. ¿Por qué no tiene Tecate hoy?
La cerveza que entregamos varía el día, lo que van trayendo. No siempre es la misma. A veces hay Tecate, a veces hay carta blanca. So they're changing out the beer every day, what they have. But we're going to try carta blanca. ¿Y hacen carta blanca aquí? Sí, aquí sí.
Okay. ¿Hacen todas las cervezas aquí?
Sí, lo que le ofrecimos, sí.
Okay. So they make carta blanca here as well. That's another Mexican beer. But we've seen they've got Dos Equis, Amstel, Heineken. ¿Y hacen Heineken aquí?
Heineken no.
No hacen.
Aquí no se hace la Tecate Roca, la Tecate Light, la Sol Clamato, Sol Chelada, la 2X Sambar, 2X Lager, Indio. También tenemos la carta blanca y la Miller High Life.
Okay. Solo los cervezas mexicanas. So they make the Mexican beer here. They don't make Heineken here, but we're gonna give it a try. My Tecate, or well, my Carta Blanca in my Tecate cup. Sounds like we'll have to make sure to get a Tecate. So there was some music in there that in the brewery there that's likely going to get this video demonetized, so we'll try and avoid that. But I've got my beer here. So this is actually Carta Blanca. This is another Mexican beer that they make here. It's served in a Tecate cup. And so he was telling me that they have different beers every day. They don't serve the Tecate every day. So we'll have to go to another bar to actually get my Tecate in Tecate. But it's still a nice beer, so they make this here. And this is free. And what was interesting is he was telling me that people, you can just show up anytime. And I think it's like 1 free beer a day. And so people that live around here just come in and get their beer. Because there was some guy that looked kind of like an alcoholic, and he just came in, had his beer, and left. And so I was asking him, like, can you just show up in here and get a free beer? And he was like, yeah, you know, people around here just come all the time for their free beer. So, hey, giving back to the community, I appreciate that, Tecate. So thank you so much for this wonderful beer here. It's not Tecate, but it's still pretty good. Next destination after this great beer here is El Mejor Pan de Tecate. So that is the best bread of Tecate, and that is a bakery just a few blocks from here, famous for their pan dulce. So that is like a sweet bread, and it's like one of the top things they say to do when you are here in Tecate. So we're gonna go try the bread. That is the next stop on the tour here of this city. Come across this map, which can give you a good idea of the space in Baja California Norte, so the northern part of Baja California. So up here we've got Tijuana, obviously San Diego above there, and then right over here is Tecate. So Tecate is about an hour drive from Tijuana, hour drive from San Diego, immediately east along the border. And then if you went way further along, you've got Mexicali just under Phoenix there. And so this is kind of the setup. You've got Tijuana, you come down Ensenada, and you can come all the way down to the southern part of the state, and then that's Baja California Sur. And if you went down there, you'd be in Los Cabos and places like that. So this is where we are, the edge of that peninsula here, the Baja California Peninsula, the Sea of Cortez to the right, Pacific Ocean looking out to the left there. And here we are, the best bread of Tecate. Let's go and see what they got inside. Wow. What a selection. You can see, it's just like unlimited everything. I'm overwhelmed. I don't even know where to start. There are so many delicious things everywhere here. Like you could just come here. That's all you need to do. Oh, look at these. Wow. I think this is the best bakery I've ever been, for real. Gracias, wow. They even have a free coffee here that you get just for being a customer here. Cafe gratis, so let's put a little milk powder in here. So they even have a little seating area out here. So we got this donut that looks like a slice of cake. It's just, it's massive. And so they give you a free coffee as well for buying something. This is the best bakery I've ever been to in my life. And I wouldn't believe that Tecate, Mexico has got the best bakery. It's just incredible. There's so many options. So what we have come here for, this thing, it's so big. I'm gonna try and get it in a bite, we'll see. It's like a cream-filled donut covered in cake with whipped cream on top. I was so overwhelmed by the choices in there. But they're open 24 hours, so could easily come back and get more. But I don't want to spend my whole day eating cake. So next will be some tacos, some more substantial meal. But this, I could just sit here all day and eat these. They're so good. That place was just incredible. But before we head on to our next meal, I actually want to head up and see the border. So the border here, it's different than other Mexican borders where it's, you know, you think of usually Mexican border, you think through Texas, you've got the Rio Grande River. So that's like a very clear boundary, whereas here, there's no boundary. And actually the border is just a straight line running straight all the way to the ocean in this section. And so crossing it was very uneventful and short. You're not like going on a bridge or doing anything. And so I'm gonna head up this way. If you walk maybe like 2 or 3 blocks, because we're kind of running parallel along the border, we'll be on the other side. And what's really interesting is like the city on the Mexican side is so much bigger. There's so much happening. But on the US side, it's nothing. It's like a gas station and a few money changers. There's no city over there. So it's very interesting how these borders develop, and there's sometimes city on both sides, bigger on one side, bigger on the other. But yeah, we're gonna go up and go right along the border and see what we can see up there. Well, here is the border. So this is the wall that they're always talking about. It's interesting because in the rest of the border, it's actually like a geographical structure, like a river or something blocking it. But here, it's a physical barrier. So let's jump across the street here and come take a look back into the US where we just came from. So if you walk right up here, you can see this. And then this is, now I'm in the US, I've entered illegally. You can see my hand is in there. But that is the wall. You can see it running here all the way down. Not possible to fit through here. Head can't make it. But yeah, this is the border. And so yeah, it's very interesting seeing like a solid structure like this. So you would have to go down this way and see, actually all of these cars are going down this way, and then they're going to turn in there and enter the US and go through the customs and everything. I suppose you could scale it. You would need a pretty high ladder, but I think if no one was watching you, and you had a ladder, I think it would be very possible. But yeah, quite interesting. So this is the US-Mexico border here. And we've got the US right on the other side through here. There appears to be like another fence. So this is like some sort of no man's land in between. But yeah, that is it here in Tecate. Well, that is enough with the border. You can see it behind me. So Tecate is known as a pueblo mágico. That means a magic town in Spanish. And that's a specific designation by the Mexican government to recognize small towns within the country that have a sort of outsized influence in cultural richness, food, interesting things to do. Particularly, they have to be small towns. That's what a pueblo is. And so the Mexican government has recognized something like 100 of these. And Tecate is the only one that's actually on the border, which makes it very unique. And walking around, you can sort of tell there's definitely a unique spirit here. But one of the reasons they choose some of these pueblo mágicos or mágicos are for local art, and there's also a large indigenous presence here. I would butcher their name if I tried to say it, but they are the indigenous tribe to this area, and so there's different art. There's a lot of beautiful things to do outside of the city as well, ranches and cool places to go, and some of these mountains carry special significance. What's so cool about the area is you're surrounded by all these mountains, and it's just a very beautiful scenic place. But it has that designation Pueblo Mágico, which makes it a interesting and special place to come here in Mexico. Looks like I've come across some sort of market. You see some vendors here. Some of them are closed, some of them are open. Let's take a look. Wow, a little artisanal market here. Trying these peanuts here with garlic and chile de Oaxaca. Okay. From Oaxaca, which is in southern Mexico. So for 50 pesos, she's gonna give me a little cup here. I tried a sample and it was so delicious. So she pours the cup in there in this little bolsa, and then and gives me a little extra. Okay.
Echen doble bolsa porque como está ya está viene siendo lo que es haba.
Oh, puedo probarlo.
Ajá.
¿Y qué es este?
Habas.
Habas. Es una...
perdón. Viene siendo como un frijol, pero grande.
Ah, okay.
Ajá.
This is like a large bean with chile as well, so I'm gonna try this one. Muy bien. ¿Y de dónde viene?
Yo de
Oaxaca.
Sí,
¿Y viniste aquí para vender cosas?
Sí.
Son muy bien. Quiero ir a Oaxaca y probar.
Probar de todo.
Sí, sí.
Nosotros venimos una vez al año.
Okay. ¿Otra vez?
Una vez al año venimos.
Okay.
Ya andamos recorriendo todo lo que es como Tijuana, Mexicali.
Sí, me encanta esto. Es mi primera vez en Baja California. No. En Tecate. Ya fui a Baja California, pero es muy bien aquí. Sí.
Está muy bonita.
Sí. Okay, gracias.
Que vaya bien.
Wow. Nice lady. So she's from Oaxaca, and she goes back once a year, but she came here to sell these peanuts, and dang, they are good. They are spicy. And that bean I had earlier was super spicy. But we're at this little like market. And see, there's like a stage here. There's different people selling. These are some restaurants. Everything's saying this. See, this is a Oaxaqueño restaurant. So, food from Oaxaca. I don't know why they have something going on here with Oaxaca, but it's good stuff. Now I got to go to Oaxaca. I've been to so many places in Mexico, but the thing about Mexico is as you discover more, you discover more, if that makes sense. Like it feels like there's so many layers to this country. There's so many unique places, and the culture is so different state to state that Mexico is just one of those places you can like explore forever and never finish. And so I love coming here, even at a small town like this. There's just so much to see and so much to do and learn, and it's an incredible place. So you see, we've got more this guy. He's selling the beans as well, or the peanuts. So some sort of Oaxaca thing going on here. Yeah, this is Oaxaca ices. Wow. I've seen these. These are like ice creams. I've actually seen these. I did not know they were from Oaxaca. And this guy's selling churros y gorditas. Wow, these look really good. ¿Cómo se llama estas cosas? Son gorditas. ¿Y un gordita es dulce?
Sí,
ah, ok. Voy a comer algo y voy a venir. Tengo lo. Okay. Gracias. Voy a comer algo y voy a venir aquí. Gracias. I'm gonna go, I still gotta eat my tacos, but he gave me some of the beans as well. So the gordita looks interesting. Truthfully, I don't know what a gordita is, because gordita means like little fat girl. Yeah, I mean, what does that even mean? So that's the direct translation. So we'll go back after we have this taco, we'll try the gordita, but good stuff. And here we are, Taqueria Los Amigos. And this looks like a hell of a taco shop. And so we're gonna come in here and see what they got going on. But you see, Los Amigos, and they have a massive taco right here. Just, let's go in. Wow. It's a big place, but they've got a, you see they're cooking over here. Ooh, so we've got burrito de asada, we've got taco de asada, taco de cabeza. That's a head taco, not sure which part of the head that is. And then some quesadillas and some mulitas. So let's take a look at this menu and decide what we're gonna get. You can see them cooking here. So that is a habanero that they are cooking up. Refried beans. These are all the meats cooking on the grill here. These are the ones on the frying pan. Let's see some guacamole there, but here is the al pastor. Eso es al pastor, no? Sí. Es porco, no? Sí, okay. That's the pork al pastor. Really interesting backstory to that is that the Lebanese came here to Mexico. Lebanese immigrants left, came to Mexico, and that kind of looked like a shawarma. If you see, it looks like a shawarma, but it's pork, so that would never fly in the Middle East. But they make that here kind of like a shawarma, but they turn that into a taco, and they often do it with pineapple, and it's very good. And that is a sort of like a unique Lebanese Mexican kind of thing. There's so many like mixes of culture and food here in Mexico, make it really interesting. I placed my order for 3 tacos, but already got some interesting things on the table. I don't know what this is quite yet, but we'll try it and find out. But we've got some radishes, some lime. We've got some pickled onions, pickled jalapeno, carrot. These are kind of the classic things you'll find on Mexican tables in the north, especially the pickled jalapeno. That's like a very, very classic thing. And then of course, we've got horchata. So this is a drink I absolutely love. So this is made from, they basically take rice and soak it in water and then add something like sweetened condensed milk, sometimes cinnamon, and some other things to create a really, really delicious drink. It's non-dairy and it's sweet and it's so refreshing. I'm always getting a horchata. I love, that's like every time I'm in Mexico, horchata is the way to go. This food looks so good and I get to eat it. Could not be living a better life right now. So, I don't actually know what I got. I know I got like asada. I think I might have an al pastor in here. So you're just gonna have to try it, find out. She was speaking pretty fast when she told me what I was ordering, but let's give it a shot. So this one is kind of like a hot salsa. So I'm gonna put a little bit of that on there, give it a nice kick. I could throw the onion on there if I wanted. I personally like to eat the onion myself, just on its own, or the jalapeno, but ooh, this thing is hot. That is why you come to Mexico. Wow. That is a good taco. It's so fresh. So I love these pickled jalapenos. You can just take a bite out of it. It's good with food. So you take a bite of your food, maybe take a bite of this, but for the camera, we'll try a little bit off the tip. It's very, very good. So I'll mix that in with my taco. As I'm eating my taco, I'll take a bite. So we've got this big one. I think this is the, this appears to be the carne asada one with guacamole. So, got to start with some lime. Get some of the seeds out of the lime. Put the lime on here. And then we can add some hot sauce if we want. I'll put a little bit. And we're good to go with this monstrosity of a taco. was a hell of a meal. Now it is time to find my friend selling the Gorditas. I told him I'd be back. So his place is just up here. So we'll go and get one of the little fat girls here. So that is the Gordita. Hola.
Hola.
Quiero probar una gordita lleno con Nutella y queso.
Nutella y queso.
Sí.
Claro que sí.
We're gonna make it here with Nutella and queso. We got the Gordita here. So we'll come to a place and we'll try it. So the little fat girl, it's like a cake that you're definitely going to become a little gordo if you have some of these. So let me come over here. See, we got the park here. And we'll stop down to give it a little try. All right, with cheese and Nutella. It's like a cream cheese mixed with Nutella. It's very nice. A good dessert, I would say. So we're getting to the end of this vlog. We got one more stop to make, a place called Bar Diana. And so on Google, this place has been said to be the worst bar in Tecate. It is said to be the best bar. So I think it's quite controversial. So it's a bit of a dive bar, and it's around the Central Plaza where I am now. And I still have not had my Tecate in Tecate. So we're gonna head over to that bar and find out, is it really the worst place? Are there cockroaches everywhere, as someone has said? We'll see. So come with me and we'll check out this bar. So this place is actually way cooler than that one bad review said. So I'm enjoying my Tecate. I'm actually outside. They have a terrace out here. So you can see it's like a fountain area for the bar. So this place could get pretty packed on the weekend, I'm sure. But this bar has been around since the 1950s. It's like the quintessential dive bar here in Tecate. If you are coming through, I would recommend checking it out and trying the local beer, the Tecate. It's nothing special. I know I'm insulting the people of Tecate right now, but we all know there are better beers. Well, let's be honest here. But it's not bad. You know, if you like a light, refreshing beer, that's your thing. But if you want, you know, something a little more quality, then maybe you want to upgrade. This region of Mexico is actually known for a lot of their artisanal breweries, their cervecerias. That's a brewery in Spanish. And so they're really known for that, and a lot of that microbrew beer. And that's very popular down in Tijuana, but also this whole region and here as well. So you don't have to go with the major brand. I think you should try it, the Tecate, of course, but I think you can have a lot of interesting, cool beers here. Well, the Tecate adventure is coming to an end. There's actually a very nice church group back there that was giving out some free agua de Jamaica. So this is like, it's actually made from it's made from hibiscus flower, and so it's a sweet drink that's very common in Mexico, and it's good stuff. So let's try it and see if this one's good. Oh yeah, theirs is not too sweet, which is good. Sometimes they can put a lot of sugar in it. This is a little watery, more refreshing. You can taste the hibiscus a little more. So yeah, now I've finished my tour. I'm walking up this hill, you can see. We're gonna be heading here, back to the border, back to the US side. It's been such a nice place. I really feel like it is a Pueblo Mágico. I like the vibe here. The other thing that's interesting about it here, I want to even call it like kind of hipster. Like there are some hip, interesting restaurants. There's actually a very famous one that's like $100 per person for a set menu. A little back in town. It's kind of near the brewery. I didn't go over there, but they use like indigenous cooking methods and things like that and mix it with modern cooking. And so that's what makes this place so unique. You've got that, all those blending of cultures together to form a really cool place, Tecate. You would think it would be kind of an industrial town, the brewery. Not a lot here, but it's actually a pretty special place that my short visit was not enough. I want to come back here. I really liked it here, and I would definitely come again. So let me take you across the border and show you what it's like to re-enter the US. Thankfully, I have my passport. You don't want to be left out without your passport here. It's easy. You don't need it to get into Mexico, but you do need it to get back, so it's very easy to forget. But fortunately, I have it. You can see people are selling pesos and dollars here. These are the rates. Compra for buy and venda for sell at the exchange here. A bunch of them in this town. And coming up here, this is the way back into the United States. So the foot entrance to the USA, there's a little sign here. Entrada Peatonal to USA. Kind of in English and Spanish. So I guess we come over here. And this is where, but you can see, pretty serious facility. And it looks like we go through this little gate and pass through some checks. So I got my passport, oops. Got my passport and we'll head back in. So we're just gonna come down this way and walk right into the US, I guess, but no, someone's gonna check my passport. But it looks like there's a little turnstile gate here before you fully get back in. All right, so what we'll have to do is go in here, and that's where we'll show the passport. But I'm not going to be able to film in there, so I'll let you know on the outside. And we're back in the USA. So that was easily one of the simplest border crossings ever. They looked at my passport for like a second and said, welcome back. So I am back, but you can see, I'll show you the border. You can actually see Border Patrol right here. So now we're on the other side of that wall. You can even see the wall there too. You see the orange gating there. So these are some bad hombres here. They're looking for those ones. But yeah, we're back in the US, and you see there's not a lot here It's basically just parking lots, so people leave their car on the US side for whatever reason. Insurance and things can make it challenging to take it to Mexico, but I could go back right now if I wanted. It's right over here. But yeah, that's the Tecate border, and it's good to be back. And it was a lot of fun over there in Mexico. So I would definitely recommend, if you are in San Diego, Southern California, take a weekend, come down here to Tecate, beautiful city, really cool place to visit, amazing food. I ate very well over there. I could spend the night over there. I really liked it. Definitely will be coming back here to Tecate.